The federal tax deadline's been extended again this year, but Arizona has yet to match this latest federal extension. We talked about it and other tax filing concerns with CPA Tom Wheelwright, the CEO of Wealth Ability. Tom, good to see you again. The tax deadline has been extended. What are we looking at now? It used to be April 15th, not so this year again, huh?
Right. So this year it's May 17th, but currently that's just the federal deadline. Arizona has not yet extended theirs.
Okay, what's going on there? A couple of bills I think are in the legislature. Why hasn't this been done?
You know, the legislature, the Arizona legislature has to file a conforming bill every year. And I know this is going through the legislature as fast as they can do it. They're just not that quick.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just say they're going to get this done because it usually mirrors, and we see that every year. So May 17th, state and federal, hopefully for state. If you can't make that, is there an extension to the extension?
Well, there is. It's an easy extension to file. You can extend until October 15th, and you just have to pay. You have to pay by May 17th. You don't get to extend payment, just filing.
So how does that work? I mean, how do you know what you're supposed to pay?
So you basically prepare your tax return as if you're going to file and get the numbers right, and then you pay with the extension, and then you just wait to file until October 15th. The business owners and investors do this pretty much every year.
Oh, interesting. All right. Quarterly estimates, they're usually due, I think, April 15th. Has that changed?
That has not changed. They are still due April 15th. So many CPAs are looking at the deadline still as April 15th.
All right. So is there any reason for that? Do you know?
Well, we don't know. Well, the government wants its money is the reason. But last year they did exchange the estimated payments. So it was a little surprising, Ted, that they didn't extend the estimated payments along with the filing deadline.
Okay, what if you miss the May 17th deadline, you owe taxes, but you still can't pay what you owe?
Well, so you'll have penalties and interest. You can arrange a payment plan with the IRS in most cases. So, but file the extension, because the failure to file penalty is 10 times as much as the failure to pay penalty. So if you can't pay, still file that extension.
They just want to know what's going on.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Oh, so we're talking extensions for filing. Does that mean a delay in refunds?
Well, we already have a delay in refunds, Ted. The IRS is way behind. They're as much as 6 months behind in opening mail. So especially if you filed an amended return, for example, to get a refund, that's way delayed. Any handwritten checks, those refunds are delayed. If you really want to get your refund faster, then file electronically and give them your bank account and they'll deposit it. That will be the quickest way.
And that is still the best way, just overall, is e-filing, correct?
Well, e-filing is by far the best way to file. You just have to decide whether you're willing to give the government your bank account.
I see some trepidation there. Okay, let's talk about retirement accounts. You know, the last contributions to IRAs and these sorts of things. With an extended deadline, is all that stuff extended to? How does this work?
They did. They extended the deadline as well for contributions to the retirement account. So that's also extended.
Okay, so no concerns there. For those who receive stimulus checks, which is the vast majority of folks here, how does that play into your filing of taxes?
So the stimulus checks are tax credits by definition. They were just an advance payment. So there's really no net effect on your tax return. By the way, though, if you didn't qualify when they originally sent them out and you now qualify when you file your tax return, you can take that credit on your tax return. So you do need to pay attention to those credits, even though they technically don't have an impact on your tax return.
Interesting. What are you hearing right now from folks? What are the question you're hearing the most or the biggest concern?
They're just confused.
Yeah.
They're just so confused. And, you know, if you were ever thinking of using a professional tax preparer, this would be the year. I mean, consider we have 3 different payments that people have received. We have the original CARES Act payment, then we have the payment in December, and now we have the new $1,400 payment. Now we have unemployment not taxable up to $10,200 if you're under $150,000 of income. So there are a lot of issues going on here that are really confusing the daylights out of people. Add on top of that, that even if Arizona extends, they still haven't conformed yet to the federal law. So if you're in Arizona, one way or another, you may very well have to extend your tax return for Arizona, even if you don't for the federal.
Oh, that's disconcerting to hear. I mean, shouldn't this all be settled by May 17th, or at least, shouldn't this all be settled?
We certainly hope so. The tax preparers and CPAs of the world are certainly hoping that it gets settled quickly.
Well, I'm sure, yes, and we all are. Tom, good information. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll try to put it in effect as best we can. Thank you, sir.
We do our